Hi everyone, good day. Thanks for joining Megaport live tech drop this Friday morning. So today I'll be doing the sharing. Okay, so for today tech drop in, I'll be sharing more on Megaport Virtual Edge and then followed by showing you how to deploy Cisco router SD-WAN on Megaport Virtual Edge itself. So here's a little bit about me. I'm Serena Toh. I'm the pre-sale solution architect at Megaport, and I'm based in Singapore. So below is my email and LinkedIn. So if you have any questions that you want to contact me, yeah, feel free to do so. Okay, so I'll just start off with Megaport and what we do. So Megaport is a network as a service provider running our own global network that's being managed through software-defined networking, SDN for short. So this map shows Megaport global private backbone that where all our points of presence are around the world. So today we are already interconnected to all the big clouds players like AWS, Azure, GCP, Oracle Clouds, and IBM. So the dots on the map show Megaport points of presence around the world. So we believe that connecting to the cloud should be easy. So that's why with just a few clicks on our self-help portal, you can spin up a private global network as fast as 60 seconds using our portal itself. So this is Megaport Global Network Ecosystem. So when you are connected with Megaport, you are actually tapping into this huge ecosystem that includes over 1,000 data center worldwide and more than 360 direct connections to the major cloud providers that we are already interconnected to. So we also work with like network operators and service provider offering high-speed connectivity through solutions that your business may need for scalable, reliable networking. So through our platform itself, you're able to get access to a number of services from infrastructures and platform providers. Things like GPS as a service, bare metal servers, and more, making it easy to consume and manage your IT resources through our platform itself. And plus, Megaport runs its own internet exchange, which is called Megaport Mega IX. So customers can peer directly with providers for lower latency and faster data transfer. So today, businesses across the industry and different size are actually relying for Megaport for connecting their infrastructure and also simplify their network and power their digital transformation journey through us. Okay, so this is just a very quick snapshot between the value of Megaport compared to traditional connectivity providers. So as you can see from the diagram, in terms of pricing, you only pay for what you provision, what you use. So there's no setup fee being involved. So as compared to traditional providers, you might be charged with high upfront costs and also lock you into fixed pricing. So our model is very flexible and cost efficient. Okay. For speed and capacity, you're able to scale your capacity up and down instantly to match your needs. So you have no more concerns about traffic spike or underutilized resources. Best of all, you can provisions in real time with deployment as fast as 60 seconds using our portal itself. So in terms of our terms, we are very flexible. So our terms are designed to adapt to your needs. So choose the commitments level that work best for you. So we have like month to month all the way to 36 months. And best of it, you're able to scale on demand during the terms as well. Okay. So by connecting to us, you are tapping into this huge global ecosystem, which I mentioned that you're able to connect to all the major hyperscaler. Okay. And also giving you immediate access to this ecosystem as in the marketplace, you are able to connect to any providers that you need to leverage on your services. And lastly, Ease of use, we have Portal for you to do provisioning. If not, you can use API, or infrastructure has a code ready to manage your resources. So what do we actually offer to customers? So these are some of the service at a glance that what customers are using us. For data center to cloud itself is basically connecting your on-premise data centers to cloud service provider. Okay, like I mentioned, Azure, AWS, Google, okay, through Express Route for Azure, AWS through Direct Connect. Okay, so we have like cloud to cloud services as well. So basically it's linking multiple cloud environments for very smooth, seamless communications over Megaport backbone. So basically you create on-demand private connectivities between the two cloud without actually backhauling or traffic back to the data center. So we have data center to data center connections, which we call DCI. So for example, you can connect your business data center across different regions. So example, you can link a data center in Singapore with the one in US and so on and so forth, truly using a Megaport network itself. So for virtual edge, which I'll be talking more about later. So it's basically for customers who want to virtualize their network equipments. So Megaport offer platforms to deploy these virtual network functions without needing physical hardware or even physical footprint as in a data center. Okay, so lastly, we also have Internet Exchange, which is our Megaport IX. So customer can use Megaport Internet Exchange point around the world to create direct peering relationship. So all this can be done using our Megaport footprint. Okay, so all this can be done in our portal as fast as 60 seconds. So now I'll be sharing more about what is Megaport Virtual Edge. Okay, so what is Megaport Virtual Edge? So basically it's a virtual network services, okay, that let you deploy networking functions like SD-WAN routers, normal routers, firewalls at the edge of the Megaport global network without needing any physical hardware, okay? So we are actually vendor neutral, and then customer can bring in your own SD-WAN routers, next-gen firewalls, okay? We have many different size as in compute, okay, for you to choose from our offering. So we have compute ranging from 2 virtual CPU core all the way to 32 virtual CPU core. And the best part of it is that all these are real-time provisioning within minutes, okay? As long as you deploy on our Megaport global enabled data center around the world, which offer the compute, yeah, you're able to do that on our portal. Okay, so with MVE, we actually give you the compute, networking, and internet on demand, which is the underlay itself, okay? So we give you choice of your own overlay. So we are working with partners like Aruba, VMware, Fortinet, Cisco, Aviatrix, 6Win, as a choice of your overlay. So later on through the demo, I can show you more what is the vendor that you can pick when you're doing a deployment, okay? So this is a bring your own licensing concept, okay? So you bring your own licensing. So Megaport basically will just give you the compute, networking, and also the internet, okay? Okay, as you can see from the diagram, once you spin up an MV at any locations, okay, and you choose from our choice of a data center list, okay, we will give you the compute that you've chosen to host your MVE, okay, be it a SD-WAN firewall or router, and then you bring your own licensing concept, okay, and run it on top of our MVE. So as you can see from the diagram, there's the internet being attached to the MVE on the left-hand side that give you to the management of the MVE for configuration, especially when you fire MVE, you need to do the first time config, okay? So the users or the SD-WAN enable side on the left can give you access to the MVE, okay, through the internet, okay, that's attached, to the MVE itself. On the right-hand side, the MVE can be connected to a data center. If you have a physical footprint elsewhere, it can be connected. It also can be connected to any multi-cloud. Okay, for example, if you have requirements to get access to Google, GCP, you can connect that through your MV itself. And likewise, you can use MV to connect to our huge ecosystem, which is our marketplace, okay, whereby maybe you need to tap on to certain resources that you need from this provider. You are allowed to do so as well, okay. To also ensure resiliency, MVE, we actually offers diversity. So when you deploy your MVE in the portal, you can create diversity by deploying MV in the same or a different physical data center zone, such as the red and the blue zone itself. So this will allow the MV to be provisioned on a separate physical devices within the same or different Megaport locations. So with built-in redundancy, this actually eliminates single point of failure. Okay. So additionally, because during scheduled maintenance when Megaport is doing a scheduled maintenance, no more than one diversity zone, for example, a red zone within a data center, will experience downtime at a given time. So if you have a red and a blue in the same data center, and if you're doing a maintenance, we only take down one color zone at a point of time when we're doing a maintenance. Okay. So now I'm going to share with you what are some of the different use cases for using a Megaport Virtual Edge. Okay, so for use case ones, for multi-cloud VPN tunnels, okay, so as you can see from the left diagram, so before Megaport, customer has to build, multiple VPN tunnels over the internet, to each cloud providers on top, and also deploying SD-WAN edges instance hosted in the cloud itself. So with Megaport on the right-hand side, you can actually deploy an MV, in the center, okay, closer to your branch offices, okay, which then connect directly to the cloud providers, okay. You can connect it to multiple cloud providers. So these will actually reduce the number of VPN tunnels required, and hence also lower the cloud egress cost, okay. So we're also looking at avoid cross-country hairpin, okay? So before Megaport on the left, enterprise had to route traffic back to a central physical data center before accessing to the cloud. For example, the branch office in the east region need to connect to the HQ data center in the west first, even they were accessing resources in their own region. So with Megaport, you can actually deploy an MVE on the right-hand side, okay, closer to the branch offices, and then with a direct connections to the cloud itself, okay. So maybe you can deploy an MVE at Singapore connecting to a Singapore region, okay. So this eliminate the need to route traffic back to the central data center, and hence reducing latency and also improving efficiency. So the third use case would be like the middle mile optimizations. So if you look on the left, the SD-WAN deployment before Megaport, the branches across various region, like the east and the west, rely on the internet, okay, and also IPsec to connect to the central data center. And from there, traffic was routed back to the cloud, okay? So with Megaport, you can deploy MVE closer to the branch office in different region, okay? So you can deploy an MVE in maybe a east location and also on a west location or region, okay? So this serve as a middle mile, enable cloud access, okay, without backhauling traffic across the region itself. So within the west region itself, the MV will be connected to the resources in the west, okay? So you can actually form DCI connections, okay, between the MVE to the central data center, okay? So use case number 4, you can also virtualize your port footprints. So before Megaport itself, you needed to have presence in multiple physical data center across region to interconnect all the branch using the MPLS network. Okay, so with Megaport, there isn't a need to be physically to be in the data center itself. So instead, you can deploy a virtual data center, which is a MVE for interconnections, okay? So for example, APAC branch is served by a virtual edge, okay, deployed in an APAC data center. And similar for email, you can deploy a MV at the email branches. And these are all interconnected to a data center in North America through the Megaport backbone, okay? So I will just share some of the use cases of how you can use the MVE. So now I would like to share very quickly on how to build resilience in MVE as well. Okay, so this is how you can build MVE using a single underlay, okay, which is the internet. If you look at the bottom of the diagram, so as you can see, the MVE itself is deployed in the middle, connecting to the cloud with internet as the underlay, okay. So the branch users can access to the cloud via the MVE through the internet, okay? So if you need resilience and also reduce point of failure, you can deploy another MVE with diversity at the same or different data center as per the second diagram, okay? So on the second diagram, you have one more set of MVE, okay? For the purpose of resiliency and diversity, okay? Using a single underlay, which is the internet itself, okay? So this is how you can build MV using dual underlay, okay? Just now we talked about connecting via internet, okay? So the only difference is that besides using internet as an underlay, there's another connections on the bottom of the diagram that shows that another connections is going through the NNI in the data center, which can be linked to a branch offices. Okay, so that means that if you can see, the users from the HQ can access to the MVE via the NNI that's built between the port and the MVE, okay? And likewise for branch offices, maybe like remote branch, they can use internet to access to the MVE and then to the cloud. So if you need resiliency and also point of failure, okay, you can deploy another MVE with the same diversity, with the same or different diversity at the same or different data center as per the second diagram, okay? So there's like two set of it. So you can see two MVE to NNI port at the same or different data center, okay? Okay, so now it's time to do a live demo. So as I mentioned, I'm going to walk through how you can deploy a MV with Cisco running just normal autonomous mode as well as SD-WAN. So now let me head over to the portal itself. Okay, so sorry, before I move to the portal, I think it'd be good that if I share with you this megaport.com enable locations. So from this website itself is available on the website. What you can do on this website is that you're able to find Megaport point of presence around the world, especially now if let's say you are planning to deploy virtual edge, okay, at any of the data center that we have. So you can actually click on this MV enable to filter, okay? To filter whether we have the compute hosted in the data center that you want. So I will just filter based on Singapore. Let's say I'm going to deploy in Singapore. Okay, it's already, it's already in Singapore here. Okay, these are all the country. So as you can filter, you'll see that all these are the list of locations that we have MVE. Okay, we have like SG1, Sing10, you know, etc. Okay, so let's head over to the portal itself. So this is the portal, and this is the first landing page, okay? This will show you Megaport point of presence around the world. Over here, you have a bird eye view on all the services that you're running within the portal itself. It will show you the number of ports that we have, the cloud router, the virtual edge itself, the number of VXC connections that are built, okay? So head on to services, okay? Over the services itself, okay, since we're going to deploy MV, so I'm going to click on create MV over here. Okay, so as I mentioned, these are all the vendors that we supported, okay, from 6Win, you know, all the way. Yeah, we have a number of vendors that we supported, okay. Feel free to choose your favorite vendor. So for now, I'm going to choose Cisco Catalyst 8000V. Okay, I'm going to say next. So over here, I'm going to choose the location. So I have made up my mind that I'm going to choose Sync 10, okay, to deploy my resources. So for Sync 10 itself, you're able to see the different compute size that we actually offer at the data center. Okay, so we have like 2 virtual CPU and 4. Okay, the one in green means that's available. So for them, I'm going to choose a 2 virtual. And these are the contract terms that I mentioned. So we have like no minimum term, which is a month-to-month. Okay. And the good thing is that recently we launched, you know, up to 60 months. Okay, so you're able to see the option 60 months. I'll hit next. Okay, sorry, before I move on, there's diversity zone, which I talk about. Okay, so if you're particular on which color zone you want, you can click on the red on the blue zone. Okay, if not, you should click on auto for the system to choose. For now, I'm going to choose just maybe I'm going to choose a red zone. Okay, over here, I'm going to say next. Okay, so this is the option whereby you need to decide whether you want to spin up SD-WAN or you want to spin up just a normal router, okay, autonomous mode. So I'm going to choose autonomous mode for now. So when you're going to spin up autonomous 8000 series, right, you need to get your SSH key ready. So I have my key ready, insert my key. And then likewise, they'll ask you to choose how many VNIC do you need. So we actually support 5 VNIC, okay? So if you need to add your VNIC card, you have to do it now, okay? Up to 5 just to show you, okay? Okay, so I'll just leave it to default as 1. So there's no adding of VNIC after you spin up the MV, so it's best to add it first, okay? If you think that you decided to use it for later on, okay? So I'm going to hit next. From here, I'm going to give a name to my MVE. So I'm going to say MVE. Okay, I'll give a name. And then if everything is okay, it's on the red zone, I'll say add MVE. So as you can see, every MV itself, it'll prompt you to add a Megaport internet connections. Okay, I'm going to create a Megaport internet connection. So since I'm serving my equipment in Singapore, I'm going to choose Megaport Internet in Singapore. So these are the 2 locations that we have internet at SG2 and Global Switch. So likewise, we also have diversity zone for internet as well. Since I'm using the red zone, I'm going to pair it with my internet's rate. I'm going to hit next. So the rate limit start from minimum 20 meg all the way to 10 gig. Okay, so I'll put 20 meg. I'll choose a term for my internet as well, and I'm going to hit next. Once I'm okay, I'm going to add VXC, and I'm going to review order, and I'm going to do an order now. Okay. Okay. So this I've just show you how to spin up a MV in autonomous mode. Okay, using the portal. As you can see, it's pretty fast. So we just need to wait for resources to be allocated. So now I'll head over on how to create a SD-WAN router using the portal itself. Okay, just let me go back again. Okay, so I'll head over to create MVE. And then likewise, I will choose C8000 again. Next. This time round, we can choose to deploy at any location. For example, you want to choose at Hong Kong. You can do it in Hong Kong as well. I will say MVE, 2 virtual CPU core. Okay, no minimum term. I will hit next. The only difference is that from here, you need to choose the SD-WAN, okay? So you need to get your init file ready from your SD-WAN console. Okay, so now I'm going to head over to my SD-WAN console and show you how you can generate the bootstrap. Okay. Okay, so once I headed to my Catalyst SD-WAN console, I head over to configuration and I go to template itself. Okay, once I head over to template, I'll go to default. I'll look for Megaport template. Okay, this is the Megaport template, and what I'll do is that I will copy, duplicate the template. Okay, so I just say demo. I will say copy SCR demo. Okay. Once I created, I will go to non-default. Okay, so this is the template I just created. Okay. And then what I'll do next is that I will attach the devices to the template. Okay. And then I will attach maybe this ID5. I will say attach. Okay, so once I attach, you'll prompt me to edit the template, to key in the informations. I'm going to say demo 2. Just put the site ID. Just update the template. I will say next. We'll configure the devices. Okay. So just wait for a while and then I'll generate the bootstrap. Okay, I'll head over to configuration. When age. This is the one that I created. I will say generate bootstrap over here. Okay, so this is the cloud init file. I will say okay. And I will download. Okay, so once I did that, I will head over to my portal itself. Okay, so this is the place whereby I need to choose the file. So I'll head over to file and then I will choose the file that I've downloaded just now. Okay. And then likewise, remember to add in the VNIC, okay, if you need to have additional VNIC. If not, I'll just leave it to default. And then I'll put a name, I'll say MVE. Demo2. I will say add MVE. And then after that, I'll create the internet again. So this time, because my equipment is Hong Kong, so my internet will be a HK1. I will pair it with the blue diversity zone. I will do the same thing, 20 meg. And then I will put the term for it. And I will say next. And I'll add the MVE. And I will say review order. Okay. And I order now. Okay, so I have just finished powering up a MV using the init file. So as you can see that this MV Tech 1 is which I deploy in Singapore as autonomous mode is supposed to be coming out soon. Okay, so what you can do is that after the MV has been powered up, okay, you can create connections to the cloud using the portal itself. Okay. So I just press over to the connections and I head over to the cloud, okay? Choose any of the clouds that you want to create connections to. So we have like AWS, Google Cloud, etc. Okay, you just need to have the keys ready, okay? So likewise, if you wanted to connect your MV to another data center, you can use this private VXC to do the connection as well. Okay, you can connect to another SD-WAN router. You can connect it to any data center in Hong Kong over here. Okay. We just refresh again. Okay, so you also can create to the marketplace, which I mentioned just now, the Megaport marketplace. Okay. So in view of time, I think the services will be up probably another few more minutes. Okay. So thank you so much for your time today. That brings us to the end of the demo. I hope you found the session helpful. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them on LinkedIn or you can email me. So thank you once again and wishing you a great Friday. Thank you.